じゃあいいものを見せてやろう。この俺が地球に行った時、奴らから面白いことを学んだ。戦闘力のコントロールだ。
All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So, let's go ahead and take a look what we got here. We have the brand new Vegeta ready to go here in game. Now, at Vegeta, we'll see how effective this team and stuff like that's going to be. Just for this, initial look, I just kind of brought like what would be a competitive team towards just like kind of like winning. I mean, we should be able to have some stuff ready to go for Vegeta. I think both Super Easy Broly and Vegeta should be able to both coexist and both be able to create their orbs for each other. I don't really think that's going to be too much of an issue. Now, obviously, remember base Vegeta and, the new Dokkanfest Vegeta. I mean, they're both gonna be at the same thing, which is going to be they're both base Vegeta. So link wise, the two Vegetas aren't really gonna work too well. That's why maybe a base Vegeta right now not the best idea. But obviously, once Super Saiyan Vegeta transforms, we'll be looking good there. In terms of links, just with Qui, so Vegeta has Saiyan Warrior Race, Royal Lineage, Prodigies. Cruelty is Brutal Beatdown, Saiyan Lineage, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle. So we have Brutal Beatdown and Fierce Battle activated right here. Let's just hit this. Now, another thing about Vegeta that's going to be very important is he's going to consistently want a lot of orbs, and he's also mainly going to be like a slot 2 or slot 3 character. I do think we potentially will have some of the slot 1 options needed. Super Saiyan Vegeta can certainly become that. Obviously, Tech Carnival Broly easily can. Alright, so Vegeta, right? If he gets an AGL orb or 5 orbs, he's going to get 30% damage reduction and 18% dodge. And then he gets 50% attack and defense for each orb up to 500%. So we're at 163 right there. What does this take us up to? We jump up to 426. Okay, let's finish out the turn and see how we look. Now, Vegeta's orbs are capped at 500%. So the way Vegeta works is he gets 50% attack and defense for each orb, basically up to a max of 10 orbs. And it seems a little odd. So I saw people are wondering if he keeps that buff. 7 million, okay. I mean, 7 million, he's certainly in line with TURs. I definitely saw people kind of like comparing Vegeta to the, like the new LRs, and like that's just not going to happen. Vegeta's not going to be on that level. Hidden Potential System, additional normal, unfortunately. Vegeta does want to do a lot of supers. This, even if we got hit by that, that's obviously going to be barely anything. Okay. So we're gonna want to see with Vegeta. We're gonna need him to stack up. Vegeta's typing is gonna help out certainly when it comes to like fighting like Cell Max or something like that. And he does have dodge and damage reduction early on in the fight if we're going up against like Blue Kaioken Goku, Evolution Blue Vegeta, some of those level of bosses. He is going to be Rainbow Orb changing, and Vegeta doesn't really have restrictions, which I think is going to be super good towards potentially running him, not necessarily on his own team, but on other teams as well, right? Alright, Turles, I mean, he probably won't be able to get a super attack in right there, because he does have a cooldown, so we could probably get away with Vegeta right here. Let's go ahead and hit this, although, you know what we'll do is we'll do this, because this will allow us to link up quite a bit better. Yeah, we'll have nearly everything up right here. Let's just hit this with Evolution Blue Vegeta. Okay, perfect. Again, we have most of our links up. The only link not up is Brutal Beatdown on this turn. And then remember, Carnival Broly is going to be supporting like crazy and we'll be able to get 7 orbs right here. Again, I don't think we're going to have issues when it comes to orbs with Vegeta. I think a lot of characters on this team, Ki won't really be too much of a concern. Tech Carnival Broly, the first turn you transform with him, Ki can be a little bit of issue, but it's kind of just like that one window, that one turn. So I don't think we're really going to encounter issues with him. Super Easy Broly is also going to want Rainbow Orbs, but both him and Vegeta are going to be creating them, so I think we probably should be good. Super Easy Broly will be, I think, very elite for this team, by the way, because he is able to support, you know, Super Class and Extreme Class, and his restriction is going to be for, like, have a Planetary Destruction or Pure Saiyan character around, which all the Brolys and all the Vegetas are going to be. Alright, so that does look good. Like, his finishing attack on Zarbon, that looks pretty solid right there. Alright, let's, yeah, okay, so here we go. So we have Broly Orbs up, and we've got Vegeta. Lord Slug is not really too threatening of a boss. Let's try and get Vegeta in slot 1 right here, I guess. The problem is that, so Vegeta, let's see. This is going to be 5 orbs right here, right? It's either an AGL orb or 5 orbs. So we get 30% damage reduction and 18% dodge. His orb buff is not permanent. Yeah. Our stats would be way higher. So let's hit this. That'll get us our 6 orbs. And then that's where the stats are jumping up to right there. Okay, yeah. So we have 30% damage reduction and 18% dodge right now. When Vegeta attacks, he gets another 30% dodge, another 18% damage reduction, and then if HP is over 50%, he gets a guaranteed additional super. So it's like they did design him in such a way where he's not going to be what really is one of the most important things. This is something that could definitely hold the team back. If Vegeta himself, most of these turns, is not able to go slot 1, it really can open us up to bad RNG. Very susceptible. You know, not too far removed from what like a Roshi team or like a Rose Super Bosses team might have to encounter. All right, 566k right there. All right, let's see how we do. Now, another thing I haven't mentioned up to this point, Vegeta does stack both attack and defense. Double digits right there. This Lord Slug is a baby, though. So let's see what Vegeta's stacks are. It's... oof. Okay. So Vegeta stacks 50% attack, which is awesome. His defensive stack is only 20%, though. So he doesn't have a 50%, 30% stack. He has a 50%, 20% stack. He seems potentially like an effective character, but I don't know. These numbers are looking low. Vegeta's going to be helped out a lot by the fact that he is a EGL character, because like a lot of the nastiest bosses just are, you know, STR. We got to see what the damage is going to look like after we get the active off. Yeah, his Vegeta's numbers are just looking low. It's like, I mean, I could see him in the mix with some of these TURs, but I mean, yeah, these numbers to me really are looking a little too low, because Vegeta could get a lot more powerful, but there's a couple of different conditions. Either we hit the active, he gets a permanent 50% attack buff, but we have to super 4 times to do that. And then there's also this extra passive he has right here that's really big. If HP is 50% or below at the end of the turn, Vegeta gets a permanent 50% defense, and then a high chance to crit. That being under 50% HP reliant means it's very unreliable. That 50% defense, I believe, is multiplicative as well. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna just get a stack or 2 for Vegeta. I understand that base Vegeta right here needs to sack and stuff like that. I get it, but what are we looking like right here? 600k? I mean, that is with 48% damage reduction. Yeah, he seems okay. Him being a Rainbow Orb Changer will certainly make it much easier to just run him on the team, though. That's for sure. But see, like, there's, I mean, this Vegeta's attack. Like, attack stats for a lot of these TURs, this Vegeta is not actually that far away from what I think of what a lot of them are doing. Maybe not, like, Trunks and Goten, obviously. But, like, Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Tech Vegeta is not really... I don't know that Tech Vegeta is going to be doing much more damage than this guy. Once he gets to the point where he fires off, like, the Big Bang and stuff like that, sure. But, like, it's going to take Tech Vegeta a little bit to build up as well. Alright, we could transform Carnival Broly right here. I kind of... Okay, here's what we'll do. One of these Vegetas, I want to fire the active off right away, so we could get the 50% attack buff. The other Vegeta, maybe we'll save the active up, so we could stack up quite a bit with him. Let's use the active right here with this guy, the Dirty Fireworks, because again, this gives a permanent 50% attack buff. Yeah, but this guy, I mean, him not having crits is certainly going to hurt, because his crits being only under 50% HP conditional, not the craziest. Alright, so we only did like 10 million right there, huh? That's it. It seems like they held back a little bit with him. One thing we could point out with Vegeta, right, and doing his active, they did make this kid a nuking character, right? Again, he gets 50% attack and defense for each key sphere up to 500%. But that's not something we're able to have active for the active skill. We're not able to get those orbs. So that's going to hurt. We do need to make sure that we get... Damn, I don't want to do that. I want to make sure Super Easy Broly has plenty of rainbows. Guess we'll hit this. Alright, what are you at? 786. I mean, he certainly is building up. I mean, the hardest fights in the game right now, Goku and Frieza and Bulma. It's definitely true that, like, those fights, I mean, we could get to turn 7, 8, 9. Even with, like, a very strong Broly team, I mean, the fights can take quite a while. Alright, we'll be able to get 3 Rainbow Orbs. I'm very curious to see... This is a good turn for Vegeta. Very curious to see what Vegeta's damage looks like right here. So Vegeta now has the permanent 50% attack buff from the active skill up. It's now up for Vegeta. This 50% attack buff. Okay, 4.5, sure. Okay. 14 million. It is quite a jump. Then he gets the guaranteed additional. You know what's gonna hurt this guy though, is it's the crits, man. Him, like, we're in a time where, like, you know, you see the damage Vegeta did, sure, but then like Super Easy Broly. I mean, he's not fully built up, but, like, he's doing massive damage, and he could do it pretty fast while, again, having nearly guaranteed crits, depending upon how many Rainbow Orbs we have. I do think Super Easy Broly and Trunks and Goten, I mean, they're probably definitely better, right? Huh. We actually have a turn where orbs are a little bit annoying here. I guess I gotta hit this. Is this gonna get me to 5? It is. Yeah, as long as you get 5. What are we looking like? I think Vegeta's okay, but he's definitely not, like, super elite. Yeah, it's... I think... I don't know. There's several changes that could have benefited Vegeta. I don't see why his stack is not 50% defense. Yeah, look how low that damage is. And like we're now deep in the fight, right? I understand like we don't have support up. I'm gonna transform Vegeta into a Super Saiyan next turn. So like we don't have the two Vegetas linked up together, but like guess what? Like if we're trying to win in tough fights, like that, something like that is what's gonna happen. You know, we're probably gonna want to try and use Tech Vegeta as like a slot 1 here. You know, remember we could bring like Easy A Tech Broly on the team as. I mean, I guess that's the thing is we could have the two Tech Brolys. I mean, they're on the team. They will be able to kill. Okay, so we get to this turn. And now we have all the AGL orbs up. Okay. Here's the thing about this. So, Vegeta creating all these AGL orbs. After Vegeta does 5 supers, on the start of his next turn, all orbs will be transformed into AGL orbs. And then after that, one of the type key spheres will be transformed into an AGL orb. It is interesting, though, to point out how this isn't even really that great of an ability. Vegeta doing this, because he's not a slot 1. Man, the other thing about, yeah, so Vegeta, I mean, we're sitting on an instance where, I mean, I can understand why people would want to go additionals for Vegeta to get his supers. I feel like he needs crit or else he's doing no damage. And he's going to want to dodge, too. Yeah, I mean, they actually gave us a character where, I would want all 3 for him. I mean, we could grab all these orbs here, but he's capped. Remember, he only gets up to 10 orbs. He's above 1 million now. I mean, he's 1 million with damage reduction. On turn 7. He would be true type advantage against Goku and Frieza. Yeah, he's one of these. He's like a 2023 character, isn't he? Vegeta? I would say Vegeta's almost like he feels like one of these 2023 characters where like he's got stuff in there, but it's weird as shit. Once it's in practice, right? Like that's how I'd describe it. Like a lot of Vegeta's stuff is just weird as shit. Alright, there's a dodge super attack. Those are always good. I mean, thank God we have the Brolys and stuff, right? Like, imagine if we didn't have all the Brolys on here. The Broly Samas were going to be devastating. Vegeta's Rainbow Orb changing. Yeah, I'm not really too sure. In terms of, like TURs ranked, I think Trunks and Goten and Super EZA Broly, I mean, they're probably just the best TURs. I think they're probably better than all the DOKKANFEST TURs. This Vegeta, well, DOKKANFEST non-EZA TURs. This Vegeta is probably, again, just somewhere in the mix with a lot of these other characters. All right, so Bojack locks us and shit. I mean, this is what can happen. Here, let's transform into Super Saiyan Vegeta. It's time to get him out. I mean, bro. So, I mean, we encounter yet another funny little issue. You guys taking a look at this? So, I sure wish we had rainbow orbs for Broly. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we've kind of seen Vegeta, right? Against Bulma, he does have the guaranteed additional super, which is good for the Bulma phase where we have to super. He has Rainbow Orb changing, which is good for the Bulma phase where you need Rainbow Orbs. Against the elite dominance of Bulma, he's type advantage, so that'll be good for her. I think he'll be fine against Goku and Frieza, provided he does not get locked against 17. But based off the numbers we're seeing from Vegeta, do we really think Vegeta's going to be safe against 17 and Golden Frieza? By the way, the lock is killing us right here. I think Vegeta would probably just live Bojack's super even if we eat it, but because we're going to be able to get... We got pretty good luck to get 3 Rainbow Orbs right here. Yeah, I think Vegeta would live the super even if Bojack supers right away. Okay, well, we didn't dodge it. All right, let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's... I'll take it, but... The thing is, against 17, we're not going to have stacked up that much to this point, right? Like, 17 will be way earlier in the fight. I think, yeah, there's a couple of small changes that would have massively benefited this Vegeta. All of his below 50% HP buffs, those should have been assigned elsewhere. Maybe after he did a couple of super attacks or something like that would have been fine. I think his orb buffs, I mean, I think I like the idea of what people said. Just make those permanent. Like, he gets the 50% attack and defense per orb up to 500%. But make it to where you only have to get it one time. And then it sticks forever. I like that idea. That would have been good. He just has... Again, I would describe him as a 2023 character. That's what this Vegeta feels like to me. He's a 2023 character. In terms of, like, kind of some of the weirdo kit stuff and stuff like that. Like, he does have enough, like, raw power where he's still, I think, going to be impressive. And he does have Rainbow Orb changing, which means he's going to be very helpful, but, yeah. So there he is at 1.3 million. If the fight goes on very long, he'll be good. He's going to be good if the fight goes on long. Yeah, I guess we could end. We've seen all the stuff he's bringing to the table, right? We talked about his stack. Every super attack he does gives him a 50% attack stack and 20% defense. The active skill doesn't seem like it's going to be the banger I was thinking, though, just because he stacks attack. I think a lot of that has to do with just his he wants to get orbs, you know, at start of turn, but you obviously do the active skill before that. I don't think getting the 5 orbs for him should be fairly consistent as a Rainbow Orb changer. Definitely on this team, you know, he is going to be, there's not a lot of characters that are going to need orbs badly, so that'll be good for him. The under 50% HP buff is going to be very inconsistent. Remember, we're going to be rocking a lot of the Brolys are available on this team, and the Brolys are not bitches. I mean, you guys know this. They're not going to go down fast. Alright, what did you do? You locked Vegeta. Alright, I got something for him. We'll do this. Play it again. Sure, get like a KO thing going. I think we will end right about there. So ending, I think, in comparison to Dokkan Fest TURs, Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Int Fat Buu, Tech Super Saiyan Vegeta, and Topo. I think this Vegeta is just sort of vaguely in the mix with them. Remember, it's been quite a while since we've had kind of like just a regular Dokkan Fest TUR. But Vegeta has some of the issues. I mean, he's mostly going to be just a slot 2. He's got a lot of, like, rough edges to his kit, which I think are definitely going to hold him back a little bit from... I don't even know if I want to say from being top tier, but I think it's going to keep him from feeling top tier, if that makes sense. I think would be a good way to describe it. And then that stack, like, if his defensive stack was 50% instead of 20%, I mean, that would certainly help. Let me know what you guys think of Vegeta. I'll catch y'all next time.